Hi my lovelies, so today I thought we would have like a little video on travelling. So last week we did a video on going on a year abroad and just like a small guide on additional information, things that you should probably look out for and maybe research and whatnot. And I kind of thought that this time we could go over just like a little guide, some advice on budget holidays. I love traveling, you guys know that. I've said it, I've not been shy about it. However, I can't afford to do an expensive holiday. I can't do a lavish one, but it's nice to just go and explore different places and cultures and not have to restrict myself to hostels. It's not the first place that I think of. Not that I have anything against it. You can find some gorgeous hostels, but I just like enjoying my holiday, but on a budget. So that means going to nice places, making some sacrifices in some places. It's knowing where to make sacrifices, but I'm still enjoying the experience, enjoying where I'm staying, etc. So I thought I'd just put together a quick video explaining the things that I look out for, what I plan, how I go about making sure that my holiday is low cost. I'm going to put a blog post together explaining a little bit more in detail and possibly showing you the plan that I put together. I'll probably reference Morocco quite a lot because it's definitely the concrete example that I have, and obviously there are more holidays to come, and obviously there are going to be more examples to give, but that is definitely the one that I have to offer at the moment. But basically, so we're going to start off with, okay, so you've decided you want to go on holiday. Where are you going? So the one thing that I think of is like, I make a list of all the places that I'd love to see. You know, if we're going on a budget, we want to try and stay close to home. I mean, like, obviously you've got to think about how much you're willing to spend, because it can be a case of there might be a country you want to go to where the flights are fairly expensive, but in terms of the holiday itself, food and all of those costs are going to be dirt cheap. Egypt, for example, would be one, possibly not at the moment, but it's I've been there twice already, and it's definitely one of those where the flights can be around £400, I think, but in terms of the money you're going to spend there, it's almost next to nothing. I think it is like £1 English pound to 8 Egyptian pound, so the exchange rate is really good. And yeah, so definitely I would say consider the countries you want to go to. So obviously there are quite a few in Europe that I wanted to go to, but Morocco was definitely one that I had wanted to explore it for years. So I kind of researched heavily into Morocco, and it turned out to be, one, the flights were cheap, and two, the costs for like the expenditures, so like accommodation and all of that, and the money that I would spend whilst I was there was going to be not very much. So Morocco ended up being an obvious choice. So definitely that is the first thing that I would say. Just eliminate the countries that would make your trip more expensive, but still choose some place that you have a deep interest for, so that you enjoy yourself. So the second thing would be, who are you going with? Are you going by yourself? So one thing I've realised over the years is that no matter where you go, it works out cheaper for you to go with more people. So I had a few friends at uni and we all wanted to go and explore a place. So me and two friends, you'll see in the Morocco videos that are already that I've already posted. So I went with Eduardo and Ben, which helped to reduce the costs because it meant that we were able to share the rooms. It made sense. So that's definitely another quick bit of advice I would give, is try and go on holiday with some friends, because it will help to reduce the cost. You'll enjoy it even more because you're with your friends. I mean, imagine the banter that you'll get out of them. She says very poshly. But it'll be a lot of fun. So that's definitely the second thing. The third thing, and probably the most important to be able to ensure that you are able to have a low budget holiday, is planning. I know some people don't like planning, but I do think that it helps you a lot. I'm all about plans. My life, I've planned out my life, I've planned out my activities, everything I planned. Obviously, like, you've got to allow for room for error, things never go according to plan, but the plan helps. So yeah, like write a plan. I created one, and I'll probably add it onto the blog post that I'll post afterwards, and it just helps to break down every little aspect of your expenditures, and it helps you to stick to your budget as well. So in your plan, you're going to include your flights, you're going to include accommodation, so make sure that you research the flight prices, that you keep clearing your browser so that the prices don't go up each time that you look, that you also, with your accommodation, look in the right places. Airbnb has become my best friend. I'm not gonna lie, everywhere I go, when I went to France I did Airbnb, when we went to Morocco we did Airbnb, and there are so many options, so many price ranges. I think when I went to Rabat, I didn't think that the place where we were staying was extravagant, but it was humble, and the people, they were so lovely. The guy that we were staying in his home, our train was an hour late, and obviously you're in a foreign country, you don't want to have to turn on your phone, you don't want to have to send a message, because obviously you're going to lose money by doing that, more money than usual. He waited at the train station for over an hour for us to arrive. It was so sweet, and he helped us with the bags. He was lovely, and it was a lovely experience. So I definitely would use things like Airbnb to your advantage. I'm an advocate for it. They are well sought out people. Go on the comments as well that people leave. I can't lie, every single person we stayed with in Morocco I left a comment for, because they were just exceptional people. They went above and beyond, the kind of thing that you would not find in a hotel, for sure. Like in a hotel you'd find maybe the receptionist will know a little bit about the area, they'll be able to help you, but they probably won't want to offer that much help. And then you've got the leaflets. Like there's only so much a leaflet can tell you. Like the first place when we went to Marrakesh, there is no way a leaflet is going to tell you how much a taxi should cost for you to be able to get to the train station. That's talking to the people, and that's making friends. And I left comments, I left good reviews for each of the people that we stayed with. They offered us so much help, guidance, places to go. When my friend lost his English identity card and everything when we were leaving Rabat, the guy in Chef Shawan helped us figure out how to get to the police station. We had a lot of experiences, but we had a lot of good people help us through those experiences. And that was through Airbnb. That was through the selection that Airbnb had made with people that you're able to go and stay with. And we did that on low cost. So yeah, definitely do your research for flights, do your research do your research for accommodation. Another thing that I would say is definitely don't forget to do your insurance. I mean, it is unlikely that anything will happen, but on the off chance that you happen to have, I don't know, a medical emergency, your flight gets cancelled, you've lost your bag, someone's stolen your bag, it's a nice bit of security, and it doesn't cost much. It really doesn't. I think for Morocco we spent £10. We went on the trip for 10 days and we spent £10 on just general travel insurance. So I would definitely say get insurance. Do not forget to do that. You can do it on the day that you fly out, just make sure that you do it. And obviously if you're going with more people, that means that the costs are going to go down. Because I went with 2 other people, I think we probably only spent like £7 each on our insurance, so it was really cheap and so worth it. Then the other thing that I would say to include on your plan is the transport. Not just the transport within the country that you're going to be. So I know that you've got to take into consideration perhaps taxis. I mean, taxis in Morocco are very cheap. You've got taxis, you've got trains, you've got coaches. For our holiday in Morocco in particular, we had to figure out the prices of the coaches, the trains, and the taxis. So we got the taxi to the train station so that we could go to Rabat after Marrakesh. We had to factor in those costs. Then we got a coach from Rabat to Chefchaouen, another cost, and then we got a coach from Chefchaouen to Fez, so that was another transport cost. You just need to make sure that you kind of include all of that. The flight costs as well, it will help you stick to your budget, and also include the taxi to the airport if you're getting a taxi, or if you're getting a train from London, no matter where you are in the country, just make sure that you factor in those costs. In all, I think the most expensive transport cost was our taxi to the airport on this end. We actually saved, we spent a lot less in Morocco. Another thing that I would say that you should factor into your plan would be spending money. You know, how much do you want to take, or what do you want to stick to? Do you have a daily budget? I think when I went, I took, the money I had to spend was 150. That was my spending money. I know, very tight for 10 days, but we did it. And I think I took 100 reserve just in case for any emergencies or in the end I didn't have to touch it, which was amazing. Oh yes, also your activities. What are you going to do whilst you're there? Does it involve spending money? So in Marrakesh you had the Medina market. I mean, it can and it can't involve money. It depends on whether or not you want to spend anything in the market, which is what the Medina is. It's just a massive market. I don't think I did buy anything there. But yeah, so I would say activities. Are you going to buy anything? Food, you need to remember to factor in your food. I mean, you don't want to go on holiday and starve. That's not the point of a holiday. So factor in that. And food, again, is cheap in Morocco. We spent maybe £5 on a very good meal for dinner. So it'd be like a five-star restaurant, but you're spending £5. So it's very cheap. And then what other costs? Are you going to a museum? So whilst we were in Marrakesh, we went to Palais Bahia. We went to another one that I can't remember. But they were lovely things to go and see. The things that you need to factor in, obviously, it's not going to be expensive, but they are extra costs. And if you're sticking to your budget, you need to make sure that you know the cost. So go on the websites, research it. All the information is there. Yeah, so that'll be the breakdown of your plan. Maybe another one would be your goal. So what exactly are you hoping to achieve on your holiday? Is it just to go, enjoy, explore, or are you hoping to actually, see one thing in particular? You need to make sure that you go and, climb that mountain or something. Make sure that you factor that in, and also do the research for the things that you might need to spend money on to achieve that goal for that particular holiday. And then the fourth thing I would say would be budget it all. That's what I've been saying already, but budget it all. Realize how much budget it all. That sounded very, very British. But I would definitely make sure that you've calculated the budget correctly, and then as soon as you're happy with what you're going to spend, book it all before it gets more expensive. I know that for Morocco, and you're going to be surprised. I know that when I've told people, they've been very surprised. But me and my two friends, we chose the right time of year that was cheaper. We made sure that we enjoyed our holiday so much. It helped that we were in each other's company. We didn't stay in any hostels. We stayed in really nice places. Even when we were in Chefchaouen, we had an entire apartment to ourselves. And we did all of that, including the spending money, everything included. Taxis on this end to the airport, we did the whole thing on, I think it was about £450 for 10 days in Morocco. So it can be done, and it can be done the way that you want to. I think it just depends on how you go about doing it, and I think planning is definitely a big part of it. So yeah, definitely. So then you're all good to go. You can get ready, you can get excited for your holiday, and yeah, so that's just a quick summary of how I think you can achieve a low budget holiday. I hope it's been a bit helpful. I am going to write a blog post about this as well, just to help break down things a little bit clearer. just so that you have somewhere to go back to as well. And I'll share the breakdown, like my Morocco plan as well. I think it will help when you have something to work off of. It's a lot easier for you to figure it out yourself for the places that you want to go to. Yeah, so I hope you guys found that useful. I know that people think I'm crazy with these plans, but I honestly think they do help. And I know that the two friends that I went away with were shocked with what we were able to achieve on such a low budget, being students and all. And this was only last year as well. This was last May, so it's not like it's going to be a massive difference now. But yeah, I hope you guys found that really interesting. As always, it's been amazing speaking to you guys, and I look forward to you speaking soon. And I look forward to speaking to you soon, even. Let's try that in English, shall we? I love you guys. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you found this interesting. Beijos e até logo, meus amores.